Good day. This is just to give a quick report on the just concluded CONCACAF U-20 Group D qualifiers that was held in Trinidad and Tobago. To be specific, here's the Crawford Stadium. Taking a look at here's the Crawford Stadium. It was a very hot day, first day on the 23rd. Began with Canada scheduled to play Dominica. Going into the tournament, it felt that the race was going to come down to Canada and Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago played all the featured games of the group. So Canada was actually on the board first, setting the pace, not just in the scores and the results. So after the first game, it was quite obvious that Trinidad and Tobago were already under a little pressure with the amount of goals scored by Canada. Canada just dominated Dominica. Story of the game is Miles Morgan scoring a hat-trick. His first cap for Canada. And Canada went on to defeat Dominica 8-0. This game was followed by host Trinidad and Tobago playing St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Now, over the period of time, some of these people are not informed, think that this was going to be a cakewalk. Just joke around before the game to say it was going to be a close one for just 10 minutes, but in reality, I know this has been a close game over the years. Even when the Soccer Warriors was preparing for Germany, I remember even Latipi and these guys playing St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and it wasn't a cakewalk. So what happened is that game, within the first 3 minutes, St. Vincent and the Grenadines got a penalty. It was 1-0 to the surprise of the host crowd. And again, 2 blinks later, it was 2-0, where there was a clearance on the goal line. The ball was judged to be over the goal line. Trinidad and Tobago came back in that game and won the game 3-2. Okay, the star of the game was number 13, the Chavez.
Coach, good game. Come from behind.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on it and your opposition?
The opposition, I thought they did what they had to do to make the game that they wanted to make. I thought we fell into their trap by realizing that they dropped off. They put all 10 players behind the ball. And look, I realized that the level of fitness is not where it's supposed to be, and that was a smart tactic. We were lucky to get back into the game. But the thing about it is that we made it way too hard for us. In the second half, we made a couple of changes. We got back into the game. We scored the second, and it was nice to see that a player who works the hardest, I think, in our team, got the opportunity, put it away, and the boys got to celebrate. Look, we have to win games to catch Canada, and we know we have to score more goals in the next game to catch them and get closer to them.
Going into the second Canadian game, which is St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Canadian coach, changed the entire lineup, practically the entire lineup, which I thought was a very brave move, seeing that St. Vincent and the Grenadines played a close game against Trinidad and Tobago. But I guess he knew more about the scouting report than I did, and that worked in his favor. Although up to the 20th minute, the score was 0-0 with Canada and the St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But as we say in playing the game over the years, the power took over And at the end of the day, Canada ended up with a 4-0 final result. Second game, I thought Trinidad and Tobago had to show what they were about versus Dominica. To the game, it seemed like they played down to the opposition where they were supposed to register a sizable amount of goals, and basically they scored just one goal in the second half to defeat Dominica by a score of 5-0.
We're here with the coach of Dominica. If you want to give us your name and tell us how you enjoying the tournament so far and how you feel going into this last game against St. Vincent.
My name is Malcolm Bertrand. The tournament is a good tournament for young aspiring footballers. It's competitive. We did not do our best because I think we were not ready for that kind of competition. But it's a good experience for the young boys. It's under 20 and most of our players, our average age is about 16, so we have young players that can feature in our tournament. We will get used to playing with the international level, that the speed of play and what is required of them. Can't keep making schoolboy mistakes on the playing field because that costs us a lot. Other than that, the tournament is good. It's a good tournament, well organized, well put together.
But you had some improvement from one game to the next. Yeah,
well, I think the first game was a culture shock in terms of the level they were at, because like I said, they're young. And the Canadians, I guess, they were intimidated, surprised, whatever it is. So we didn't play particularly well in the first game. But against Trinidad, when we lose out, we should have had a better game. We had a better showing, a better physical presence on the field, better passes going forward. But still, the errors, I guess, is on we have a young squad, and the errors showed up themselves again, and it cost us again. So, but going forward, it's a good young squad. Once you can train well and train hard and limit the errors in the back line, we look good.
When did you take over the coaching or the?
Well, actually, I started in January. I only have about 6 weeks coaching the under 20.
But how you feel going into this game?
Into this game, well, we changed the squad. We're giving everybody a chance to fill the tournament. So we have even a younger squad today. So we're hoping we can match up with St. Vincent.
So good luck and thanks for giving me the information.
All right, no problem.
Okay, we're here with the coach of St. Vincent here, better known as SVG. Coach capabilities against Trinidad and Tobago, where you succumb late in the game.
We always box above our weight, and we always there with any heavyweight champion in the Caribbean and in the region. With Trinidad and Tobago, this will be my third time coaching against them. In 2016, we defeated them in the under-23s in Puerto Rico. And in 2018, they defeated us 3-2 in Bradenton in Florida. And in this tournament in Trinidad, the result ended up the same way, 3-2 after leading 2-0. So I was not surprised with the result, except that I was disappointed in not getting the W.
What are you looking forward to this game?
Today, nothing else but a win. Okay, to show that because a win is not just a win. It means more to our people today, since that we have had a good tournament so far, but we have not had a victory.
So you just hinted that time in Toronto?
Yes, I actually am a Seneca alumni. I actually played soccer at Seneca 2001-2002 under Coach Video and his assistant Bayati, and I was all academics also in those years, and it was some beautiful times that I had in Toronto, a lot of great memories. I actually have a sister and a niece living in Toronto. My niece was born there, and my sister is a citizen of Canada. So I am very close with a lot of people in Canada. My best friend in Canada, Mr. Casway Mason, played professionally all around Toronto, played for the Toronto Lynx in the late 90s, early 2000s. I've been my best friend since childhood growing up, and I know he would be proud today.
Caswin play for me.
Oh yes, man. Now I know.
Yeah. So when did you get the coaching job with St. Vincent?
Well, I've been coaching with St. Vincent national team since 2007, 2008. I've coached under 16s, under 17s, U-20s, and U-23.
All right. So wish you good luck on this game against Dominica. You're under pressure because you're going in as a favorite in this game.
Yeah, and we're gonna stay that way. We're gonna come out as the favorite. We're gonna come victorious today with a good score.
All right. Thanks.
Vincent and the Grenadines.
It was quite clear that Trinidad was in a must-win situation against Canada, playing the feature game, on the last game of the tournament. Obviously, it was a hype. The home team had a chance, had to improve their play, positional-wise, and do a much better job defensively, because the first game they didn't do very well in their defensive coverage, and even the second game Dominica had several chances that they didn't capitalize on. So Trinidad definitely had some homework to do defensively. Was waiting to see how they handle the physicality and the conditioning of the Canadian team. Canada scored very early when Miles Morgan picked up a through pass and just redirected it into the net. My assessment of the tournament compared to the coaches is that the teams in the Caribbean, a la Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Dominica, they have to do a little better with the spacing on the field and in their defense. And that's what happened to these teams in different games, and to Trinidad and Tobago playing Canada in the last game, where most of the players who probably came into the game thinking that they were going to have the crowd and support and applause that they were getting in the earlier games, they had defensive responsibilities that they were picking up fairly late. Canada was definitely the better team in Group D and advanced to the championship. You're gonna hear from the under-17 coach of Trinidad and Tobago.
Sean Cooper, head coach of the national under-17 boys team.
I saw you in Montego Bay in 2012, so I don't know if it was on and on, but did you ever stop?
Well, I stopped probably for a year, and then I was recalled. So I'm with the boys. I went to the U17s in Guatemala, and then I took the U15 boys to Dominica Republic, and now I'm back with the U17 boys who were in Dominica Republic.
In
I've now graduated to U17s.
Sorry. In speaking to the coach, he gave you and everybody else credit for putting this squad together. Is there any of your guys on this team? And
there's about 11 of them. 11 of them have graduated to this under 20 level, which is a large amount, because there's about 4 of them who again could play with the under 20s and the next round. 2025 they will be eligible to play.
Okay, and how is that program going?
We are training 3 days a week. You know, there may be a little hiccup at the moment because the Royal Bank Youth League have started. You know, it's
Royal Bank or
TTFA,
Republic?
Republic Bank Youth Tournament. Yeah, and it's a TTFA initiative. So we are letting the boys have some game time. You know, so it may interrupt the preparation sometime during the weekends, but during the week I think we should be training 2 days a week, and we'll see how it goes over the weekend.
And just wrapping up, how your boys perform, how are they gelling together? What you take away from this whole exercise?
Well, it's a bitter pill to swallow at this point in time. I think it shows that, you know, it's a different level. Although the Canadian team came together lately, but most of their guys are playing at professional clubs, academies. So it's a different level, you know, and we have to continue to develop our boys. This group, you know, it's the future of Trinidad and Tobago. We just have to give them enough time and enough encouragement and work with them and see how far we could take them to the next level, because they are the future of Trinidad and Tobago football, despite the disappointment today.
Okay, so Sean, I want to thank you for giving me the time and wish you guys all the best with your program.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
The support of the Trinidad and Tobago fans was different to the years I've covered the different teams in Trinidad and Tobago. They were very supportive in terms of, you know, training and good plays, and also giving support when a good defensive play was made.
Long awaited. What you thought of the tournament, and what's your assessment of the tournament?
We're obviously pleased for coming through and qualifying. I think that's the objective, and we got the job done. I think it wasn't easy for a new group. Boys had only been together for 5 days before our first game, so I thought like they put in a real effort, real shift, and got to know each other. And really proud of how hard they worked and how hard they got ready. So we're just pleased, but we're staying humble because we know that there's big games to come. Job's not nearly done.
So the competition, you know, you won 2, you've gone big, you changed your lineup. You were that confident to change, I think it's almost the entire lineup?
Look, confident in how good the boys have been in our prep, how well they've done in training. I think with all respect for the opposition, the toughest team we played in the first 2 games was us in training, so we felt that all of them can win those first 2 matches for us, and they all deserved it, and we need to see how some of those boys do in an international match, so that was important to rotate the squad. And then obviously we did what we felt was the best players for the moment against Trinidad, and they did what they had to do.
Okay, and in closing, you think you met expectation playing against Trinidad in terms of not just the win, but the team performance?
Look, win, clean sheet, and I felt we had control of the game even when it got a bit tougher, so that's all we can ask for right now.
All right, coach, thanks for the time.